Welcome to episode 1, series 1 of the Touchline Talk, brought to you by Fit Football UK and Tuesday Night Wise.
Welcome to Touchline Talk. My name's Nathan Saint. I'd like to introduce today's first guest. It's Chris Humphrey, ex-Preston North End, Motherwell, amongst a number of other clubs. Before we actually start and select our teams, or as we're selecting our teams, for anyone watching who might not know who you are or might not know your career, if you just give us a quick breakdown from, younger age, when you first started, your journey through to kind of recent times, just where we're at, just a quick fly through of your career.
Yeah, started off at West Brom, went through the ranks with them, then went to Motherwell, and from Motherwell obviously came down to Preston. From Preston to Hibs, from Hibs back down to Bury, and then that was kind of.
What age was you at West Brom till? So
I started off at 12s and then ended up 30. Started off at 12, got all the way to the youth team. Nice. Got a scholar, third year scholar, and then got a bad injury and ended up having to. Well, I was told I was to have to retire.
Who are you picking, by the way?
16. I'm gonna go Preston.
So go on, sorry. What age was you when you was told to retire off that?
So it would have been under 16s.
Wow, it's a young age to be told something like that.
That's
how did that impact you in a?
Yeah, massively, because I wanted to be this big footballer.
Yeah, of course.
As you
do,
do.
like any young lad.
And getting told that you have to retire when it just feels like it's starting.
Yeah,
it's probably one of the hardest things. So I remember the physio at the time saying, "Look, see how it goes, 8 months, because I have to try and get you fit before doing anything anyway." Got myself fit, and then remember we played Shrewsbury in a friendly, because I don't know if you know much about their old stadium, Game Meadow. Flood, it was by the river, so the banks used to flood any rain. It would just flood.
A bit like kind of Carlisle.
And then played them we played their first team in a friendly. Did really, really well, and then after that game, their manager was like, "I want to sign him."
Oh, fair.
So I went down the next day and kind of signed for them.
Decent.
That's how my
career
kind of started.
Nice.
Yeah.
Favourite footballing memory?
Well, it's got to be the playoffs.
Yeah.
By far,
with North End.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's got to be
what
the playoffs.
time. I was there. I was at Wembley. Unbelievable.
I think what made it even better was the fact that you hear a lot about the fans and how many times you've been to Wembley and how many times you failed there, and I think it was how silent the fans were in the stadium, even though we were 4-0 up.
You could feel the nerves.
You could still feel.
What's your on the flip side? What's your worst football memory? Have you got all that? Not your worst. That's it. Like an embarrassing moment or a funny moment, like not in training or games, like something the lads maybe didn't let you forget, or like.
Not really. No, I'll be honest. I was in some really good teams. And I suppose I was fortunate like that. I wouldn't say that it was too much of a embarrassing. I don't really think I had any embarrassing.
You played European football when you was up in Scotland.
I did, yeah.
And you played against Celtic and massive games. Like, how did you deal with like that kind of pressure and just like obviously that
I don't think you kind of can deal. It's hard to explain. I don't think you're trying to deal with it. You either can or you can't. That's how I felt, and I think that the more games you play, you kind of learn how to kind of deal with that.
Yeah. What was the biggest crowd, biggest stadium you played at?
It would have been Wembley.
Wembley, of course. Yeah.
So I've had the privilege of playing there.
Yeah.
3 times. So I played there twice with Shrewsbury.
Yeah.
And then I've played there obviously with Preston.
Yeah. And what's that like? That feeling of being sat in the dressing room at Wembley, like ready to
unbelievable.
To go out.
There's no better feeling than that.
What would you say? Best goal in your memory? What was the one that stick out for you that you were like? I remember that moment perfectly.
There's 3 actually that I can't actually pick from. So I would say my best one is Doncaster away.
Yeah.
For Preston, and then I would say that my second best, we played Dundee away from Motherwell.
Talk us through that.
Really
obviously, I don't see one. Much. Yeah, go on, talk us through what happened in that moment.
So, Henrik Ojama at the time, running up the left wing, cut in, sprayed it wide out to me on the right. I've took like a touch and then a big touch, and then I've from about 30 yards out. I put it in stanch, leathered it into the stanch. Yeah.
Just seeing that.
One of my heroes is Paul McGrath. A bit more like his centre back.
Okay.
Had a bit. It was a bit so like Gascoigne.
Yeah.
Esque, like loved the drink and stuff.
Yeah.
Could just turn up drunk.
Just turn up and do it still. Yeah.
And then get man of the match kind of thing.
Yeah. Believe it.
What's that?
There we go. Good game. I will shake your hand.
Yeah.
Sweaty hand.
Good game, yeah.
It's a good game. Well done. First win of the series. Nice. That was a decent game. That, to be fair, I really appreciated that, Chris.
It's okay.
It's great to talk to you and to hear them, like I said, them first-hand experiences and you know the experience that you've had and you can just call upon it and you know the moments of scoring at certain stadiums and all that. It's valuable for people to listen to and people take a lot away from it and like I say, as a Preston fan, it's an absolute pleasure to sit down and have a game of FIFA with you and chat with you. But we've done all the talking in here now. We're going to head out to the pitch and we're going to go and take part in our finishing challenge. Do 10 shots altogether. It's a 5-shot round and we're going to do it twice. So we get 3 touches. You can use up to 3 maximum, okay, Chris? So you use 3 touches, it's worth 1 point. If you use 2 touches, it's worth 2. If you do a first-time finish, it's worth 3. If you score a worldie on any of your finishes, we double the points for that score. So if you score a first-time worldie, top bins, we'll call it, yeah, that's a double, you get 6 points for it. Okay, so I'll run through it first, do my 10, you can see how it works, and then we'll get in, see how you do, and we'll get the score from there. When you're ready, Zach. Oh, yes, round this one. There you go, in for the next finish. Yes, round the opposite, to the edge. There you go. Good effort, round the opposite, round the opposite. Here we go. Yes, oh. Round the back one. Here we go, do this one, Chris, behind you, behind you. Good effort, have a breather there. Touch. Oh, it's gone. Oh, not quite over the fence. Yes, finish. There you go, you need to get around that one now. Go to the edge, straight to the edge. Yes, opposite one, opposite one. Here you go, last 2 finishes. Yes, target back one, last one, here we go. Oh, he's done it, he's pulled it off. Nice. Good finish. Josh, how are you getting lobbed from there? Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate it. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you telling us the stories and your background and your career. Thank you for coming out and joining us in our finishing challenge. First score on the board. We'll catch up with you again. We'll get you back in for a rerun. Yeah, different definitely. Kind of challenge. I need a rerun on FIFA. We need to have a second leg. I need to try and get my own back in that. So we'll definitely have you back down again. But I would just like to dedicate this first episode to a good close friend, childhood friend that we lost recently, Sam Taylor. Rest in peace, Sam. That's been Chris Humphrey. I've been Nathan Saint. That's been Touchline Talk. Thank you very much. Legend. Thank you, mate.
Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors Fit Football UK and Tuesday Night Whites.